Hello and welcome to the Game Boys. My name is Joe.
And I am Nathan.
And this is the Game Boys podcast. And we thought whilst you're watching it, we might as well give you a little bit of gameplay of Fall Guys with Season 4 now. Oh, how it's grown.
We're not going to be very good because we are more focusing on chatting to you guys, keeping you up to date with what's new in the gaming world.
But it's funny how this has kind of grown strength to strength, really. Lots of people thought it would die off, but Epic taking acquisition of it now.
Epic going in and saying, oi, you need help, indie company. You need more people to make a games as service monthly updatable thing.
Yeah.
And they've come in and it needed it. They needed it.
Yeah,
really
they needed a bit of hand. And also with the anti-cheat software as well, which was rife at the few first seasons of Fall Guys, just insane.
People bouncing and floating, and it was just absolutely ridiculous.
Now, this might not be that good because I have no idea what any of these new games are. But as I said, we're just going to play through and chat about the new news this week. So a lot of news about PlayStation this week with the whole cancelling the stores for PSP, PS Vita, PlayStation 3.
There's a lot of,
killing off the old consoles, man. They're now officially retro.
Yeah, they're whinging about it. It's like, are you buying on them stores? Yeah. I haven't bought anything. I didn't even buy them in the first place. Buy from them in the first place. But people are whinging just for the sake of whinging, I think.
Yeah, people like whinging, though, especially on Twitter and stuff like that, don't they?
Yeah.
But I can kind of understand it. You know, there's these consoles that people have paid for, and they're like, well, what happens when... Oh, we're underwater?
Yeah, it's like zero gravity.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah, people are like worried about games that they had, and if it gets corrupted, then they can't re-download them, and it's games that they paid for, you know?
Yeah, I suppose, but that's if you read in the small print of them stores and stuff, it will say that they are allowed to close them when they see fit.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. They always cover themselves on that. I don't think it's that much of a big deal.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think it's only going to lead to good things. I think the fact that they're closing shows that they might open up a retro arcade on the PS5, maybe.
I mean, that's what people are hoping for, is that they're going to turn it into some sort of, with the... Oh, no. I'm so bad at this.
I keep falling off.
With the, deleting the actual consoles... Hopefully we'll get kind of backwards compatibility with the PS5, which, was rumoured for a while.
Yeah, did you see people saying that when they done that tech release for the PS5, there was like a imagery saying that the PS5 can play PS4 Pro and PS4 Legacy and stuff. And then in the picture, there was like extra space.
Yeah.
And people were saying like, they originally wanted to announce that it'd also be able to do PS3, PS2 and stuff because there was like loads of space left in this like PNG image that they used.
Yeah.
That obviously looks like you could fit PS3, PS2 or whatever PSP backwards compatibility on this little thing. So people are jumping on that now saying, yes, the reason why they're closing it is because we're getting backwards compatibility on the PS5 to every machine ever. And I'm like,
yeah.
I don't think so.
No, I mean, that would be nice, though.
So. I hope so, but I don't think so.
Oh. This is a weird little one with the... game over.
You'll get used to it. You'll get used to it.
But yeah, I mean, it's something I'd love to see. And obviously the PlayStation 5 has the power to be able to do it, So
yeah, I don't know why companies they own the rights to all these old games. Just like if you can get them working on your machine, have them there. Sell them to people. Like, why are you not opening a PS3 store and a PS2 store on the PS5 if it's capable of doing it?
Yeah.
Like they said it was, pretty much. I really don't understand it. It's like seems like they don't want money. It's like what we were saying before with Nintendo. It's like, why haven't Nintendo released a 64 emulator on the Switch? We know it runs 64 games. People have homebrewed a 64 emulator on it.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a strange one. Do you know what I mean? It's like...
It does seem like free money for them, It is a bit of an odd one.
Even if it was just they only released a 64 machine that only had Nintendo first-party games. That's all I want. I don't really care about the third-party stuff, you know?
I think that's where Xbox has nailed it with the Game Pass, though. There's that idea of, you know, getting all the old games compatible with your new system. And, you know, you can be playing original Xbox games so easily for free, basically, you know? And, yeah, it's just really good. And I think more companies should jump on that and just make their back catalogues available. Like, you know, like music, you know, there's not a thing where you go, oh, well, that was in the 90s, so no one listens to that anymore.
Yeah, you know? It's really strange.
It's an odd vibe to have and go, oh, well, I can understand they want to close some of the game stores, maybe like the PS Vita. It's like, okay, yeah, I get that not a lot of people have a Vita, or probably even less actually download games from the game store. So to keep something open seems a bit of a waste of money, but...
Yeah, I can't imagine the store, for them to be closing it, the store must have been making next to nothing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Must have been pulling them in probably like 100,000 a year or something.
Yeah.
Or less, because otherwise they wouldn't close it. If they're pulling in a million a year off of PS Vita and PSP, then they would keep it open. It's a no-brainer, but they're obviously pulling in pennies from it, and it's costing them more to keep it up and do maintenance. Because you got to remember, you have these stores open. There's still departments, there's still people, programmers and stuff that sit there and work on these. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Their job is living in the past. Their job is keeping the PS Vita store up to date and keeping it, making sure no one hacks it and nothing breaks in it, and every game is working properly. It's a lot of resources they need to keep something like that up and running. So just future. It has to move.
But what I thought is what you should do is do it like Game Pass and go, okay, well, we're going to close the Vita store on the Vita, but if you pay X amount, you know, a month, sort of a Sony Game Pass thing, and you can play all those PS Vita and PSP games on your PS5, you know, or PS4, because obviously they're still doing things for the PS4.
Yeah.
Then it just seems like a no-brainer to keep those games in circulation. And also, lots of people didn't have a PS Vita, but you know, you've got the touchpad. It's able to use that with the new technology they have on their consoles. So why not give it to a new generation who, you know, never got the chance to play it because they couldn't afford a 300 quid Vita or whatever it was at the time, you know?
Yeah.
So, it just seems silly because I'd love to play like Uncharted or something, the PS Vita version, on a nice big telly with a touchscreen. The Vita version
was actually really good. It was a really good game.
Yeah. So, like, it just seems silly to... I'm through. Just seems silly not to get money. It's free money, PlayStation. Come on. It's free real estate.
It's a strange one.
Yeah.
But I suppose it's not really free money because they need to make sure it's making enough money for the resources to keep it up. Do you know what I mean? So, and obviously licensing deals they have to pay and whatever.
Yeah.
But like I say, first party stuff, just pull your first party stuff up. You own the licenses for it and it makes everyone happy.
Did you get through?
Yeah, I got through.
Yeah.
Imagine like clicking on your PS4 now or PS5 now and just like, I want to play Twisted Metal. There you go, PS1 Twisted Metal.
Yeah.
Or just on your machine. 20 quid a month, you got to pay for it. And it's any old game that you want to play, first party game, you can just go and play it. And
they need to do the thing with Xbox as well, you know, like the whole on your phone and you can play it remotely. Like,
yeah.
You know, that's
yeah.
I mean, I know they have the PlayStation remote thing, but like, I think just do an all-encompassing pass where you can just stream it and it just makes sense.
Strange one. All right, Joe, this is a race.
Right.
New to Fall Guys, everyone. This is the new lap race one, and it's actually quite hard.
So I'm definitely not going to get through. No, it's looking amazing. I have to say, like, it's good that, you know, it just shows like indie companies are coming up with the new ideas. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, I was watching an interview the other day with the creators of Fall Guys.
Yeah.
And when they started making the game, there was two of them, I think it was just two of them in the studio at that time.
Yeah.
And they were both just saying to each other, why has nobody done this? Like,
Yeah.
You'd think this
Takeshi's
game would have
Castle.
been done ages ago.
Yeah.
Like a Takeshi's Castle game. And they literally searched because they were searching online when they created it because they thought, oh,
Someone
this
must
game,
have done it.
It's done. Yeah, it's been done. So,
no, fair enough. I get the idea. Whoa, nice. But that's
any
the
other
thing.
news this week, Joe?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with acquisitions like this. It's just showing how, the bigger companies buying up smaller brands. Like, obviously, Xbox is trying to buy Discord.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I haven't heard about this.
So Microsoft is trying to buy Discord to have as their own sort of platform. It's so dumb. Like, you can just download it for free. Why are they trying to buy it? But like, I think they want to implement it as their like go-to. If you're
chat.
on Xbox, you use Discord as your streaming, and
Yeah.
and implement it into the kind of, and even probably on Windows as well as like a automatic. Why can't I jump higher? So you can use it as like your chat thing for, and probably even meetings and stuff. They'll turn it into that kind of
it'll be
official business program.
It'll probably. Do you know what they'll probably do? They'll link it to Games Pass.
Oh
I didn't go through. Did you go through?
no, I got caught on some bumper.
They'll probably link it to Games Pass as well. So it'll be like currently playing this game. Do you know what I mean? When people are on Discord and stuff, it'll turn into a little advertisement spot.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense though. Like, and I think they're trying to kind of build their streamer base as well. They're trying to kind of push towards that market.
But they tried it with Mixer, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean they tried to do their own version, which didn't quite work. Let's be honest. But
that sort of stuff, you just can't throw money at it. It's a slow burn.
No, and I think when something's tried and tested like Discord, it'd be silly to, I think they'd keep that team on, and instead of trying to set up their own thing, it makes more sense to go, okay, let's get that.
Yeah.
And make it kind of part of our infrastructure.
Well, I think it is as well. They're trying to invest some money, into something new, something they can see. They've probably got a bit of investment money, and they think, fuck it, let's just buy out Discord. We could turn it into a pretty decent, what's it called, sort of like platform for gamers. You know what I mean? Link it up with all your games and stuff. Because at the moment, it's pretty much just a VoIP messaging board, isn't it, really?
Yeah, basically.
So Microsoft might throw some functionality in there, like maybe live streaming directly to multiple platforms via Discord.
Yeah,
so you can stream to Twitch and everything, sort of like an OBS system. You never know.
Yeah. I mean,
like
it's definitely possible. I mean, the amount of online sort of programs like that that are capable of stuff like that now is crazy. So it's I think there's only good things that will happen with it if they do acquire
I know,
it.
man. I was thinking the other day back when we used to like start streaming and stuff and making videos, and the amount of times that the game audio would be out of sync and stuff with the actual gameplay because they couldn't capture fast enough. Do you remember them days? And it was just like, now it's like kids don't know. They've got it so easy. They just press record and the whole world can see what they're doing.
Like, just with a couple of YouTube videos, you can figure out how to.
I like to think
basically
of it
as good a stream as anyone.
If you was born, say, 1985 to 92, say, or give it 10 years.
I was
95. Anyone born within that sort of 10-year period were beta testers for the internet.
Yeah.
we literally were your beta testers.
Well, so we were the last generation that didn't grow up with the internet, really,
Yeah.
Like, we had it from quite young, but like, the first.
Yeah, I remember paying 2p a minute on Dreamcast to go on the internet.
I remember, you had to you couldn't
plug it into your phone line.
You couldn't have your parents on the phone at the same time if you wanted to go on the internet.
Yeah, no one can make calls.
noise.
Crazy. And playing Choo Choo Rocket multiplayer against some random person in Japan who would always beat you.
Yeah. I mean, that's crazy when you think about like Dreamcast and PS2, kind of the first. I think the first time I ever played online was Tony Hawk's 3 at a friend's house, and he had the thing for PS2 where you could plug an Ethernet cable into it.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And I was just like,
thing.
whoa, the house. How you doing? That's amazing. Like, and it's kind of funny, like, because since, I've been working from home, and when the internet down, it just like, luckily it's only happened once, but the internet went down and my whole life crumbled. I was like, yep. I can't do it. I can't watch TV because my TV's connected like with an internet box.
Yeah,
I can't go on the web. I can't stream Netflix. I can't.
That's the thing.
I have to read a book.
It's one of them things, isn't it? Like, this is the one thing that people don't quite get yet with streaming services like Netflix and stuff like that. Like, when you have Sky TV, if your TV connection goes down, you will get refunded some money because you're not getting a service. But Netflix and stuff are third party, so they don't have to give you a refund. No. But if you've got no internet, you've got no TV, you've got nothing to watch.
Yeah.
So many people rely now just on streaming services.
I mean, I think TV will always have its place, though.
Yeah, TV will always have its place for a while.
Yeah. Well, hopefully for a bit longer, considering that's my job. But yeah.
I think. Oh bloody hell! Someone hit me with the.
I'm nailing it now. Now I know what the things are.
I think TV will always have a sort of. I think for our lifetime, there'll always be TV.
Yeah.
When I'm old and decrepit, TV might just be. I reckon. Do you know what it'll do? It will revert. It will go back to maybe like 3 or 4 channels.
Yeah.
It'll slowly revert where people's channels will start closing down and no one will upgrade. So you'll be left with things like Discovery Channel.
Yeah.
I'm through BBC.
Yeah. But
I've gone up the sides. I'm not using the pinball.
I think that's the thing with what is your name, by the way?
Cloudy, tumbling Yeti.
Yeah, it's not syncing it to your thing when I get through. Where are you?
I've got through. No, I've gone through now.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, no, like with like what I was trying to get at, like the streaming services and stuff. Like when your internet's down, you haven't got streaming services. So we need to get to a point before TV disappears. We need to have really successful internet.
Yeah,
to the point of where it's like never drops out.
We're getting there. Like we're getting those injections that will give us all 5G. And
I've seen someone saying that the first injection is a microchip, the second injection is 5G.
Yeah. I did see an older guy put a tweet out. They got a second injection. It was like, I'm now fully functional with 5G. But I think that's showing like with 5G, it's 5G is basically like slow broadband speed. So give it a few years, when we get to 10G or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Then there'll be no need for wires anymore.
Yeah,
it'd be crazy.
That will be the day.
Yeah,
they've been trying to do that for ages.
So much. I had to go behind the TV today, and it's just like this rat's nest of just mess. And like I have no idea what's what. And
imagine that in the future, like. You just bring a TV home from the shop or get it delivered via Amazon 20 seconds.
Yeah.
So once you order it, it just gets drone lifted to your house.
Well, it won't even be that. It'll be like wallpaper you put up and that's the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when you walk in your house with the TV, it literally is, you plug it into the wall and it goes, you are connected to the home. And when you plan your PlayStation on, the PlayStation says, which TV would you like to connect to?
Yeah.
And then it just streams it directly to the TV. That's the future, mate. That's Black Mirror style stuff.
It will happen as well, It's,
But yeah, the faster internet gets and stuff, because like with streaming services, see, there's another one coming out.
Yeah.
There's the Paramount one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Paramount's doing their own streaming service now, and the only reason why is because they have the rights to the new Halo TV series. So they're doing like a 24-episode Halo.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, was it Yahoo Video or something? They had a go at it, and they bought up Community and like, yeah, we're going to make loads, and then basically it killed Yahoo.
But it's like they need something to release their like Disney had done it with the Marvel, and Netflix kind of just buy out any old shit.
Yeah.
But Netflix
I've got a
Netflix
show coming out next week.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, everyone gets a show and a stand-up session.
And stuff, and then you got Disney, you got HBO in America. Can you get HBO in the UK?
No, was it HBO Max in America? But it's Now TV have got all that stuff. So Justice League and all that kind of stuff's coming to HBO Max. Will be on, be on Now TV, which is it's cool. We got access to it. I mean,
yeah, but
there's also a certain website you could go to which give you access to everything. But
oh, basketball! I haven't done this one.
Oh, did you get through?
Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't.
Did you not get through?
No. I'll just play around with my costume.
What do we need to do on this one? Basketball? No, I've not seen this. I guess you got to get it in the hoops.
Guess so.
Yoo-hoo! We're losing.
But yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's kind of the death of physical media, you know.
Yeah,
it's all becoming. But
like back for a long time now, I always felt like I like collecting stuff and I like having the physical copies, but just the ease of digital is actually good. Just the ease of it, of just like plugging in like your PC and going to Steam and then having all your games there and just not faffing about oh, where's that game? What we doing here? You know, who did I borrow that game to?
No, it's a weird thing. I mean, and also going back to the PlayStation thing with the discovery that if the CMOS battery of the PS4 goes out, then it bricks the system, which is crazy. So, through no fault of your own, because they've tied it with the trophies, and if it senses that, it's gone out of date, so you're trying to cheat, basically, it will say, no, brick the console. This guy's trying to cheat.
Oh, it's ridiculous. It is really, really bad.
Yeah.
But at least doesn't brick it forever. If you change the battery and it reinstalls itself, it should work.
Yeah, I think people have said they've already had circumstances where they've had to change the battery, and it's all worked fine afterwards, which is good. But still, it's just.
But you saying that's PS4. Did you know as well that if you've got a first generation Nintendo Switch, I got eliminated. If you've got a first generation Nintendo Switch, if you don't keep the battery charged within the machine, it goes dead and stops recharging.
They suggest to charge it at least every 6 months, I think.
Yeah, you've got to at least charge it. If you leave it sitting for 6 months, there's a chance that your battery will go completely dead. Yeah, and you would need to get someone to fix it to give you a new battery.
Yeah,
which is ridiculous for such a new console.
Yeah, I mean,
it's the crux of mass producing stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's like they've got to cut corners somewhere. And there's like, fair enough. PlayStation 4 was 2014 now, so 2013 did it come out? That's quite a long time ago. Technology wasn't as far as it is now back then, you know. So it sort of shows its shows its age a little bit. It shows the time, the technology of the time.
Well, also I find the whole thing with so we got the stick drift on the JoyCons and the Xbox controllers, and the PS5 controllers as well, because they were all using the old tech that was in the PS4 and Xbox One controllers. It's the same analog stick. They've not changed that bit, which is really weird considering they had issues with it last generation.
Yeah.
And obviously the JoyCon's been an issue that they've had lawsuits and stuff. But like, it just seems weird that I can pick up my, Mega Drive. It works perfectly. And I understand there's more working parts. There's it's a bit more complicated than just, a contact on a bit of copper. But the fact that like these they were built to last, and it feels like these newer ones are mass produced and just,
fat out,
kind
really.
Of in a way built as if they're like replaceable.
That was the whole
like
lawsuit
disposable.
about what Sony was in and Switch were in, because they were knowably using a factory in China that they knew was selling dodgy analog sticks.
Really?
Yeah, PlayStation knew that the analog sticks were dodgy, or apparently they knew. That's what the lawsuit was about.
Yeah.
Apparently they knew that the company said like the haptic feedback on the the PlayStation 5 controller, they said we're not sure if it's going to function for too long. We don't know.
Yeah.
It's new, so they kind of pre-warned them.
I do find though a lot of the people who've said they've had issues are like, I tried to play Call of Duty and it's not work. So maybe it's something to do with the level of rumble that game kind of gives it. And I'm not saying that.
It's just the a spring in the triggers, in the haptic triggers.
Okay.
Basically, the analog stick and the spring in the triggers were certified for 40 million presses.
Yeah.
And basically, they were saying like 40 million presses is about 2 years worth of casual play.
Right. And
these people that were breaking them were like streamers and stuff, people that were playing 24 hours, like 12 hours a day, every day.
Yeah.
So their 4 million presses were just done within sort of 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Of getting the machine, because they're playing so much. So it was just the fact that it was just the sort of limitations of the part. But like Sony obviously didn't want to spend more money on that.
People do that.
Yeah. They must know that. That's what I mean. But what it is whether they're not making enough money on the machines, or it's just to cut costs, isn't it, really?
Yeah, I mean, they're taking a huge cut on the new machines, like both companies.
Yeah.
They're selling them at a much lower price.
They always do.
Yeah. I think this time especially, though, considering, with the Xbox Series X and PS, with the ray tracing capabilities and the processing power that they have, like, compared to a PC, you're paying... You're paying more than they're offering their consoles for that level of. I'm stuck.
I've been kicked out. I'm not.
Oh, you're not through. Yeah. Well, I'm on the race one, so I'll be out of it soon.
It's just Sony just doing that whole this whole thing of just knowing that the players play that much, but knowing as well the people that play that much, once their controller's broken, they know 90% of them will just go and buy another controller.
Yeah.
Because they understand the limitations of the device. And it's just, I don't think no company can estimate how many hours people can put into games now.
Yeah.
Over such a short period of time. It's like people complaining about a new game on Unity called Valheim.
Yeah.
And it's in early access. It's not fully released. In early access. They said it's in early access. It's got 12 bosses and it's got like a crafting system and stuff. And they're getting all hate saying, I've paid £12 for this and I've completed it and da 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 da. And they're moaning about it. But then when they're looking at the people that are complaining, they've like racked up 100 hours.
Oh, really?
Of gameplay in like 2 weeks. And they're saying, of course you're going to complete it. No game can last. You want 100 hours worth of content.
Yeah.
Like in an indie game. It's just it's just stupid. It's just absolutely stupid.
You know, you want in sort of Witcher 3 levels of play for
detail.
Yeah, it's just crazy. I mean, but I think because games have got so good, it's kind of expected now that you're going to have hours and hours of gameplay and you know, replayability, and especially with bigger games, AAA studios and stuff.
Oh, but like indie studios do what AAA studios do, but they just don't milk it. You know, like Assassin's Creed and stuff. Go, okay, we've made this really big map. They use the same game loop over and over again.
Yeah,
that's all it is. And indie games just go, okay, our game loop is good for a 10-hour game. Where where AAA goes, our game loop is good for a 10-hour game. Let's max it out to 100 hours by putting 10 times the amount of content in.
Yeah,
you know,
and copying assets and
just copying assets, copying missions, and just changing the names of things and just the way things look slightly.
Yeah,
but I mean, indie games are just true.
GTA's been doing it for years.
Yeah, look at GTA 5.
Like, GTA is go to a place, do a thing, run away, completed mission. That's literally it. There's nothing else you do in that game. Like, you know, it's still fun to play. Don't get me wrong, but you know, it is a kind of I just think AAA titles need to break the mold a bit more. Like, and as we're saying, playing Fall Guys is something different.
Yeah,
they just need to take that chance. And I think there are some sort of newer titles that are coming up that are, you know, kind of trying to give a different spin on things, you know. But then also you got the blockbuster games like, I don't know, you know, Resident Evil coming out, or Ratchet and Clank, the new version, and you know, it's these
like Resident Evil kind
games.
of Resident Evil tends to follow indie style of development, and they do it in a way of like
well, I mean, with even
not milking it, you know what I mean? You'll get a good 10-hour game out of Resident Evil, and that's good. You know,
well, even with you got the sort of demo for PT.
Yeah.
And then what's the next Resident Evil game? First person walking around creepy house, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So is that someone took the chance and they went, we're having that.
Yeah.
So
they do. Yeah, they really do. It's a dog-eat-dog world out there.
Yeah, and that's the same with even the bigger companies like Spider-Man ripped off but every big game at that time, you know?
Yeah.
I went, okay, so GTA, massive open world, right, New York, done. Okay, we got Assassin's Creed, climb to the top of tall things to look around. Yeah, let's nick that, you know?
Yeah.
And you kind of mishmash it together, and then you did a kind of with the puzzles as well. It was just like, yeah.
But what I liken it to, like AAA and indie, I liken it to like in the real world. Like, we live in an open world. We live in the real world.
We live in a society.
We live in a society, but we live in like you can get off your ass and go and work and go anywhere you want in this world.
Yeah.
But what do majority of humans do for fun? They go and lock themselves in a room and do an escape room, or do something. Do you know what I mean? Go to a pub and have a drink. And
I think that's the first thing I'm going to do when we're allowed out is go to an escape room, and then it'll really feel worth it.
And then, but with indie games and AAA, like AAA go, we're making a big immersive open world, and indie games go, we're making an escape room. You know, we're making 4 walls, and you're going to play a fun little escape room.
Yeah, and I think that's
challenge, that's what you need.
And that's the thing
with
with
AAA don't understand.
Exactly. Yeah, you just need the fun gameplay, and it's exactly kind of that. So, like, you know, shoot me for not being a proper gamer, but I'd never played Binding of Isaac till this week.
Yeah.
And as soon as I played it, I was like, I get it. I get exactly why this is such a big game.
Just an addictive gaming loop.
You know, I'll turn it on and go, I'll have a couple of goes, and literally 2 hours later, I'm like, okay, I've died 500 times, but I've had fun. You know?
It's like why people loved things like Metal Slug and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just
Streets
literally
of
mindless.
Rage, you know?
Yeah.
That kind of thing where you know what's coming, but the gameplay's so much fun that you don't care.
Yeah. It's a punch and a kick. That's all it is.
Which I do find that the newer, you know, big AAA games don't quite get that. It's like, they're not fans of games sometimes.
Oh yeah, it's just sort of to make ends meet. A lot of the developers in AAA.
Yeah.
they I think some people. Maybe a lot of them start out thinking they're going to be indie game developers and then have to go to a AAA studio because their game didn't make it, and then they're bitter. So now they're a bit like, oh, I wanted to make Sonic the Hedgehog 2D, but now I'm making Assassin's Creed 27.
Yeah.
It must get a bit jarring, but it's good pay, so...
No, I can fully understand it. But
you get in your comfort zone, didn't you? Like, what, a programmer at bloody Activision working on something like that must be on a good 90 grand a year, 100 grand a year.
Yeah, but it does confuse me when you get these indie companies that make these amazing games and then you go, okay, well, these huge blockbuster video game companies, and they just don't know what they're doing. I'm like, how do they exist? Like, they obviously just throw money at things and not knowing what they're doing.
If you throw enough shit, some of it will stick, Joe.
Some of it will, yeah.
that's the way some AAAs work, though. It's
but you got to remember, when you do that, your floor's then covered in shit.
Yeah. AAA.
Yeah.
But like saying that with AAA and stuff, it's sort of like what they're doing now in the movie space, because you've got your AAA gaming studios and you got your streaming services now, and because of all that, loads of people are jumping on the bandwagon to make TV shows and movies. And today was announced that there's going to be a Dark Souls movie and a Ghost of Tsushima movie. So that's two like Sony first party or third-ish first party companies. But yeah, they're going to make some big movies apparently, but I don't know if they're going to be streaming service movies or if they're going to be proper cinema.
You never know. It might be PlayStation start their own thing, or
not another one.
But yeah, I mean, it seems Sonic the Hedgehog broke the trend of bad gaming movies, I think. Yeah.
See, Sonic was good. It was lighthearted.
Yeah.
And you know what else as well, actually? We can't just give it all to Sonic. Detective Pikachu.
Oh, yeah. As well.
Detective Pikachu was actually a good movie, and they done it right.
Well, that's the weird thing. Pokemon. Like, gaming movies that have been animated were usually quite good. Like, if you ever seen the Street Fighter 2 film, the animated film.
The animated
that's really good. The Pokemon film, obviously, it's its own thing, but it's okay.
For a moment now, I thought you meant the one with bloody Jean-Claude Van Damme, the Street Fighter movie. I was going to go, Joe, you got bad.
Well, no, that's just generally the best film ever made.
I was literally about to say. I didn't get through.
The guy who plays Bison, I can't remember his name, Raul Juilliard or something.
Yeah.
That's the role of a lifetime, though. Like, he just ate the scenery with that one, and I love him even more for it. Like, because he was, he's amazing in Addams Family as Gomez, but that M. Bison, man, you could just see he loved what he was doing, which I quite like.
But yeah, I think Detective Pikachu and Sonic did lead the way now for gaming movies, but again, they're two quite light-hearted. What do you think about, Ghost of Tsushima, which is quite dark? It's going to be directed by the John Wick director, the guy who done John Wick.
Yeah. I
mean, it's a lot of blood and violence.
Yeah, I mean, it's just going to be a samurai film. And I think, when's the last samurai film we had, like, a proper one?
I
can't really think of one.
The one with Tom Cruise, The Last Samurai.
Yeah, exactly. So that is probably the biggest pop culture samurai film of the last 20 years. So to have an actual...
You're gone.
I have no idea what I was doing.
This one's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. There hasn't been a...
Are you gone as well?
Yeah, I've gone. I've gone last round. Since sort of Kill Bill and stuff, that sort of done... Kill Bill sort of led forward for Western society to sort of want to do kung fu movies again. And then We got Last Samurai and loads of offshoots. Remember War with Jason Statham and Jet Li and stuff like that. That
yeah,
sort of all led on to that sort of thing. And then the ones with like DMX in it and stuff, and them movies.
Yeah, but I'm hoping
and Kiss of the Dragon, is it, and stuff like that.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Yeah, but that led the way then. So hopefully we haven't had anything like that really for a while. So hopefully. This should lead, but when they say the John Wick director is going to do Ghost of Tsushima, is makes me think that it's going to be quite indie-ish. It's not going to be a big, massive budget, because the John Wick movies aren't really massive Hollywood movies, are they? Really?
No. Well, yeah,
they've got quite an indie feel to them.
Well, I think because especially the first one was pretty cheap. It was quite a cheap film.
Yeah.
And obviously, it got its backing and its followers and stuff, and then they kind of become bigger as they go on. But no, I think it's a good choice for any kind of fight scene direction, and that's the guy you want, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. See, I haven't played Ghost of Tsushima, the actual game, so I played about half hour of it. So I don't know what the story is.
What I will say is it's a good one. Like, there's a lot of good gameplay, but also I can very much see the story being condensed into 2 hours, and you're not going to miss anything. You know, there's a lot of good gameplay. You know, you can raid sort of villages and you know, save people, and kind of like Red Dead 2. There's like lots of little offshoots, but the actual main story, not that much happens. But that's kind of good for a film. You don't want a film to be too clunked up, especially if you're kind of going to deal with fight scenes and stuff like that.
Hopefully they base it more on the fight scenes, You know what I mean? That's what John Wick was all about. Fight. John Wick is basically, all 3 movies is like 6 hours.
I know Kung Fu. Whoa.
It literally is 6 hours or 5 hours of just, what's his name? Johnny Silverhand stabbing people, shooting people.
Yeah. I haven't played any of Cyberpunk yet. I'm waiting till it's finished. But what I've heard of the sort of audio from Keanu Reeves, if it literally is like he's done it down a phone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's very much like, get up. You need to go over there. It's like, put a bit of effort. Like, I know you wouldn't, but like, you're getting paid for this. You're not doing it as a favour.
Yeah, but I suppose they're set in Poland, so he probably did do it over a phone.
Maybe, yeah.
From LA or something.
Do it on Skype or something.
But what do you think about like a Dark Souls movie? How would they do a Dark Souls movie without making it basically Lord of the Rings 2.0?
Yeah, I mean, I think you got to get the monsters and the sort of
they haven't announced
the bosses right.
They haven't announced what it is. They don't know if it's it's just basically a Soulsborne universe movie.
Yeah,
they've said. So it could be a Bloodborne movie, it could be a Dark Souls, it could be Demon Souls. Okay. They haven't announced that yet, but or it could just be a whole new thing, sort of like a whole new sort of thing set in the same universe. But I just don't know if Dark Souls translates to a movie well.
I think it would. I think, you know, you've got, because what's the kind of basic thing of Dark Souls is that there's a big demon that you've got to kill, who's, you know, the big bad, and there's lots of other little bosses you got to kill along the way to get there. So, as you say, it might be a bit Lord of the Ringsy.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit like,
but with a bit of a darker edge, you know, and lots of sort of good fight scenes, which seems like it would work. I think it's a good choice for a film.
Yeah, I suppose.
I mean, I'm not really.
I think it would work as a movie, but just the thing that scares me the most is that the Souls games don't have the strongest of stories. It is more just boss battles. Yeah. So is it going to be boss battle the movie?
Well, I'd assume they'll, you know, they'd have to kind of bring you in, especially because I'm not that good at games, so I don't play those kind of games where you want to throw your TV out the window after half an hour. But like I get like that with this game. So Dark Souls is just another level.
Imagine them putting bosses in this.
Like a proper Dark Souls boss, yeah. Oh no!
No!
Well, this is my Dark Souls boss right now. I'm giving up. I'm doing an anti-John Cena. I'm giving up. I'm done.
Casino Zone from Sonic.
Huh?
It reminds me a little bit of like the Casino Zone from Sonic. The things bounces.
Oh, I'm good at Sonic. That's like the only game I'm good at.
Is that a Doom skin?
Yeah, they had the Doom Slayer, didn't they? The Doom guy skin.
I didn't know they had. Bloody hell, they got everyone in this game.
Yeah.
Mental.
Did you get through?
Yeah, I got through.
I did not. But it's just crazy that we're like, kind of in a world where they're starting to actually make good game films. Because, I mean, coming from the days of Mario Brothers and, as you said, Street Fighter. And I'm just trying to think like the top 5 worst gaming films. Like, we got Mario Brothers, Street Fighter. Did you ever see the House of the Dead?
Oh, that was terrible. I don't know why.
That was like a class project. That was like a high school class project in media studies, and they should have got like a D.
I don't get why in that movie they just went on. They got the actors to speak like the arcade game people.
Yeah.
Like as soon as it started, it was just like, "Hi. Over there, we need to shoot." It was like the most broken English, the worst script I've ever seen in my life.
I kind of hope they do that for the new Resident Evil film as well. There's a new Resi film, isn't there? A reboot.
There is, apparently it's meant to be really, according to the director, he says it's really scary.
Yeah, that's good.
Really,
I mean,
really creepy.
But saying that, I kind of want that stilted... from the first game, like Jill, you end up as a Jill sandwich. Ha ha ha. Like maybe they should do that as a director's cut, like alternate audio.
Yeah,
where they just get the actors in to like just read it as plainly as possible, and we'll badly edit it over the top. It'll give a real sort of classic gaming feel to it.
The only other thing I can think of. Movie, not mega old, but you had the Doom movie with The Rock, like one of his first acting roles.
It's a weird problem with that film is the one scene where they're actually going first person.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Makes it that it's probably less than 2 minutes long, but it's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
So I kind of give that one a pass because it gave us that scene.
Yeah.
The rest of the film's terrible, but.
It's that first person scene is like reminds me of like the old Mad Dog McCree shooting games in the arcade.
Yeah,
the zombies just pop up and they don't actually attack; they just go like
yeah,
and he shoots them. It's brilliant. Yeah, well, I can't think of old. You had video game inspired movies like what was the Star Kid and stuff? The one where he wins the competition.
Oh, and the Power Glove and stuff.
Yeah. I can't really think of. Yeah, old game movies were terrible.
So write down in the comments below your favourite for being bad gaming films of all time. What's your favourite bad gaming film?
Favourite bad. What's your worst movie? Gaming movie.
Like, I think Street Fighter has a place in my heart, I think.
Yeah. Any Jean-Claude Van Damme film. I watched Time Cop the other day. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Do you know what I watched the other day? It was Demolition Man.
Oh, brilliant movie.
Holy crap, has that held up? Honestly, like, I was... Because, I was like, oh, maybe there's some bits where you'll cringe a bit, but, like, man, it's a good film. And
the only bit that I cringed
not quite
out
at
in
that
it,
year yet, but
the only bit I cringed at in Demolition Man, I watched it quite recently, was when Wesley Snipes does any fighting.
Oh, I was going to say when he's in the he does a certain impression of a certain type of people in the museum. I was like,
Yeah. And when he does fighting, the music they play is just, I don't know, it's cringe.
God,
it's like like DJs like scratching
and stuff.
It's so like I don't know. It just makes me feel like this is so. That's so dated.
From the 90s though, so I think
it
kind of works for his character that it would be that 90s hip hop esque, you know. Yeah. What I realised though, and I'd never clocked it before, is Austin Powers is a remake of Demolition Man.
Is it?
Well, yeah. Like, think about it. What happens is the bad guy gets frozen. They freeze another cop to catch him. I suppose. Yeah. He escapes. Yeah. Dr. Evil escapes. They de-freeze Austin Powers. You know, in the cube of ice. He has like memory loss before it, you know, and he has to adjust to a new world. It's full on.
It kind of is.
Yeah. It's you know, James Bond meets Demolition Man. But yeah,
I didn't think of it that way. Yeah, it is.
Apparently, there's rumors of a sequel. And
Austin Powers or Demolition Man?
Demolition Man.
Okay.
The one thing is, you've watched it recently, and spoiler alert, like I'd be surprised how they'll get one of the characters back, because if you remember how one of them ends that film.
Can't remember.
Well, spoiler alert. I mean, it's an old film, so never mind.
Spoiler alert.
I think if you haven't seen it, it's worth a watch. But when Wesley Snipes, at the end, and he freezes him and then kicks his head off.
Oh yeah.
And it's full on like Jason X.
Yeah.
You know, when he smashes the head and just explodes.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't think you're getting Wesley Snipes back, unless, like, to be fair, they could probably do something like, we cloned him when he was in the ice or something. You know, so.
Well, to be honest, Coming to America 2 hasn't done his career anything good anyway, so.
I still haven't watched. I haven't watched the first one even.
Just not a very good movie.
I was meaning to do Coming to America and then the second one, you know, double bill. But
the first one's brilliant. The first one's a movie of its time, but the second one's I don't know. Just the second one feels more dated than the first one.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of. I like the fact that there's gaming movies coming out again, and they're actually giving it a go. And the Mortal Kombat one coming out soon, which.
That was the other one that I was thinking about.
It got its.
The trailer looks amazing.
Yeah, and it got its rating recently in America, I think, for the final cut. And basically, the rating is something like it pushes X rating, but not in like. It pushes the X rating, but not in a bad way. Like, not in certain ways that they're like, no, you can't do that. They're like, oh, that's a bit much. Kind of like Saw-esque, you know that.
Yeah.
Like, you're going a bit far with it, but in the context, it makes sense.
What do they class it as, like, fantasy horror?
Yeah, I think something like that.
So it's like, you get away with it because it's more like when he freezes the blood and stabs him in the head. It's like,
which is fantastic. Like, the fact that that's in the trailer, man, I'm really hoping, like, that's a little nugget to go, like, that's just in the trailer. Like, wait till you see what he does. Like, he even does that like special move where he does the wall and then throws him into it, like the wall of ice and stuff. And
it looks brilliant, man. It looks absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that one. And that's another one that's releasing on demand, isn't it?
Video on demand.
Yeah, which Black Widow as well, as they said that's coming out on Disney Plus.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they've bit the bullet. So
they got him, man.
Yeah,
it's going to be. Otherwise, it's just going to be dated. If you go cinema, no one's going to watch it.
Yeah, and also I think it's because certain other things are like they've got to show that before they show other things. I think so.
Yeah,
you know. But
I suppose it's a chronological movie, and like Doctor Strange 2 and stuff they've got coming out soon or 2022, so they've got to show it by the end of this year.
Yeah.
COVID hasn't helped much, but
I always get stuck on this bit.
I find them electric swing things so unfair.
Mm.
Find them so like, don't know. They just feel.
Yeah, no, they are a bit hard to kind of get the swing of. Mind the pun.
The hitbox doesn't seem very.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say, seeing as we've been playing this whilst we've been talking, it's really fun. I feel like I need to give it a bit more concentration to be any good. But like they've definitely changed it up with the levels. I really like the new levels they've added. Like it feels a bit more gamey.
Yeah, it feels a bit more like a platformer.
Yeah, the first levels were really good, but were Takeshi's Castle, whereas this one feels like a computer game.
Yeah,
if you know what I mean, and in a good way. Ah,
how did it go through?
Did I?
Literally on the line.
Well,
I think that's it for gaming news this week. I don't really know much more.
So thank you very much for listening. If you enjoyed it, please give a like and please comment down below on anything you wish to add further to the discussions we've had. And if you have any questions for us, let us know in the comments and we'll try and answer them on next week's show.
And I want you down in the comments to leave me what boss you would like to see in a Dark Souls movie.
So yeah, please subscribe to our channel for more gaming goodness and we'll see you in the next video.
Peace.